Last month I published my first VR game on Steam, and in this video I'm going to tell you everything about it, how it performed, how it compares with launches in other stores, and my experience overall releasing a game on Steam. A little disclaimer before we start: if you're only here because you want to know exactly how much money I made from my game on Steam, then don't bother watching. This is not going to be shared in this video. So, I released my game with a 20% discount for the first week, and during the first week I sold around 10% of my wishlist. Compared to the initial release of my game for Quest, I have sold 3 times less copies on Steam than on the MetaQuest App Store during its first month there. Also, the sales on Steam were 50% of the sales of my game on the Rift Store, again comparing only the first months. I have not made any marketing for my game for this release. I made 2 posts in Reddit groups and I announced the launch in my Discord server and in other social networks, and that was everything. So you could say that I'm pretty happy because I have been doing marketing for the other 2 launches. So let's take some other stats as a consideration. According to the Steam hardware survey, less than 2% of Steam users have a VR headset. And not all of VR headsets are compatible with my game. Some controllers don't have all the buttons that are needed to play my game, sadly. Also, many Steam users that have a VR headset have a VR headset that is a standalone, for example the MetaQuest, and they prefer and just buy their games from the MetaQuest store or the Meta Horizon store, how it is currently called. There are also some people that prefer to buy all their games VR and non-VR from one place like Steam, so that they have their whole library in one place, and also if they purchase a new headset from a different brand, then they are still going to keep their purchased goods, games, applications, and so on. We also need to take into account that I have developed my game and initially released it for Quest in February of 2022, and the game was intended to be played standalone on Quest 2 and even standalone on the original Quest. So the graphics are optimized for mobile VR processors that are 4 or 5 years old. This also makes my game less appealing 2 years later, and even though the resolution is bumped up for PC VR, if you're primarily playing VR games from Steam, then you're used to playing titles with better visuals. With all of that taken into account, I'm pretty happy with the launch. I'm also very curious to see how it goes around the sales, since Steam is heavily oriented on sales and there are many people who have added my game on their wishlists. And if you want to check out my game, buy it or add it to your wishlist, then there are links in the description of the video. Regarding the whole publishing process, I am really impressed how good Steam treats their developers and how smooth the whole process was. This has been the most pleasant experience I have had publishing a game, application, or anything ever. The developer console dashboard in Steam could be a little bit confusing at start, but aside from that, everything was great. If you want me to make a video comparing my experience publishing a VR game on Steam, Quest, Rift, Pico, SideQuest, itch.io, and so on, and other stores, then write a comment here or say so in my Discord. In conclusion, I have always wanted to have a game of mine published on Steam, and I'm very happy that I decided to do it, even though Steam is not primarily for VR titles. I learned a lot publishing on Steam, how to optimize my VR game for Steam, and with that knowledge I'm even more prepared for my upcoming VR game that I hope to release by the end of the year. I have published an early trailer here on YouTube. if you want, take a look, and if also you want to participate in the development of my next game by making suggestions or by playing an earlier version to help find bugs and fix them, then you can do so. I'll be very happy if you do. And so if you want, just join and say so in my Discord channel. And that's it.